Indiana Jones and the Crystal Watch of Skull Mountain, top of the hill.
I have one question for you, though, Corey. I mean, I know they were pretty hard about sneaking in recording equipment. How in the hell did you get co-host in there?
I don't know, man.
What?
Okay, well, first of all, you know he wasn't in there. You know he got a download of this somewhere.
I have my ways. Yeah. I'm like Indy. I search for this stuff and I get it.
We'll plug him in and watch it again later.
Yeah. He is the Indiana Jones of pirated movies.
That's right. These movies belong in the museum.
Co-host in the Lost movie of Movie Mountain or whatever. So anyway,
Lost movie of Movie
where's my
Mountain. You could be working for Lucasfilm. It's true.
Anyway,
This was originally going to be called Indiana Jones and the Saucermen from Mars, and I am not kidding you. That was originally going to be that was Lucas's original title that he was going to go with.
Like a whole, because it takes place in the 50s. Was it going to be like Mars Attacks?
Well, there's a line. Yeah. There's a line in the movie that it alludes to, but sure enough, this ain't Christian artifacts or Sanskrit stones this time. This one starts out in Area 51.
yeah, it starts right out in Area 51, so we ain't spoiling nothing for anybody.
With a totally hot Kate Blanchett that's evil.
So
Great.
you're telling me at the end of Indiana Jones where you see that huge hangar, that the whole time was Area 51?
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they're telling us.
You know, you never saw any signs that said Area 51 besides.
Could have swore they said they were taking
Arizona.
it to a place in D.C. at the end of the first one.
No, they just show DC and then they show the warehouse somewhere else.
Oh, they show you D.C.
Well,
but the
because
warehouse is actually
because Harrison
the
Ford
other
was
half of the
in
country.
DC. He was leaving the Senate hearings. Remember?
Okay.
Yeah, in the movie somewhere they give a hint that the Ark has moved around. I think they had it at a U-Haul at first.
Yeah.
That got flooded out and then they moved to Area 51.
Yeah. At one point,
the very first Shell gas station.
at one point, it was in the shed in my backyard. They were
Yeah. No, Indiana Jones is let me say that, yeah, he's old, and everybody's talking about, can Indiana Jones do this stuff again? Well, with a stuntman, you can do anything, but Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones, I think he's been better in this movie than he has in any other movie, maybe besides the original one.
Well, besides the original, yeah. No, he can take a punch still. That much is certain because he takes a lot of them in this one.
Oh yeah, those super heroic punches that. Yeah, I'm kind of glad they brought back that sound effect.
That sound effect.
Yeah.
Where you just.
somebody hitting a pumpkin with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Well, but I do think it's funny, like, you know, when they switch to the stuntman, because it's almost like when you watch Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man. Like, it's very obvious when it's Tobey Maguire in his suit and when it's a CG stuntman. I mean, when it's a CG Spider-Man. And same with Indiana Jones. Like, okay, that's Harrison Ford. Okay, that's a 40-year-old guy right there.
Yeah, they might as well have put a black man in his place fighting because it was obvious it wasn't Indiana Jones.
That said, it did work. You know, after a while, you just go with it and you believe it. I mean,
yeah, you weren't seeing the seams. It's not like you were seeing the stuntman. You just knew it had to be. There's no way they made a 65-year-old guy like jump from truck to truck and drag behind shit. There's no way.
It was definitely obvious that they were like, hey, you know what? Let's go back to making our movie right now the way we used to do it, where we didn't give a crap about continuity as far as, let's switch out this dude, but that guy has kind of long hair. Hey, don't worry about that. You know, we're throwing it back. It's nostalgia. The fans will get it. All right?
I don't agree with you at all there. I think it was, if you saw that, it was in your head because I thought it was pretty seamless special effects
wise. There
wise.
was one scene where you saw the back of Indy, and it looked like he had like a mullet of like brownish hair, and I was like, wait a minute, did I just hold on?
Oh well,
I went back and scanned it, and it's true. All right,
someone was wearing a wristwatch in Spartacus, so you know what can you say? It happened.
Yeah,
and smoking an Excalibur.
Yeah, you make it sound like it was Harrison Ford at first, and then they got some dude from a trailer park to be a stuntman.
Yeah, it's Corey Haim.
I thought it was a chick they got. I was like, wow, they really don't give a damn.
It's like the stuntman they had a mullet, still had the beer in his hand when he was fighting.
It's carny folk.
I don't think you're allowed in L.A.
$1
with a mullet. I think it's against the rules. City barrier, they just shoot you in the head.
But so this movie, I will admit, I think it's a little bit of a stretch. The plot, as we said, it opens up in Area 51, and these Russians, it's not Germans this time. It's not Germans this time.
Yeah, they've been defeated.
Yeah, this is the Cold War, so of course they put Russians in their place, and these badass Russians show up, and apparently it's very easy to get in Area 51 if you have some guns. So you get in Area 51, and we find out that what they're looking for is this big magnetized crystal skull. And later on, Shia LaBeouf shows up, and he's connected to this whole thing because his parents have been lost while looking for this crystal skull. So he gets Indiana Jones and says, we got to get my parents back. We got to find out what the secret is behind this skull. And from there on, they move on to this great Indiana Jones adventure.
It's funny because you did remind me. It's like, apparently Area 51 is only guarded by 3 guys.
Yeah, I know.
So if you want to bust in there, it's real easy.
Which, admittedly, this is 1957. Most people didn't even know what Area 51 was then. You know, it was kind of it was a one-horse military installation then, you know, at least theoretically. If you follow the conspiracy theories.
What's cool is that them bringing Indiana Jones into the 50s is that you get to play with everything like the Red Scare of communism and, atomic bomb testing.
Yeah, which was that was the most implausible part of the whole movie. But
and you get to do scenes with hot rods, racing, and malt shops, and all kinds of craziness. I was expecting to run into Marty McFly during.
Yeah, right.
Oh, really? All they need. You just need to have
big diner scene.
I'm sorry, go ahead, finish what you said. Say what you did.
Go ahead.
I just forgot.
Oh no, you said big bar scene. I want to get a clean cut of it.
Oh. You almost think you're gonna run into Marty McFly during the big fight scene in the bar.
Yeah,
looking for Michael J. Fox's character from Back to the Future.
I know it turns into West Side Story all of a sudden in the middle of it.
Yeah, I kept expecting to see Archie and Veronica from Riverdale, and maybe the Fonz over by the jukebox going, "Hey."
Yeah, exactly.
There's one thing this movie really did flawlessly for me, and that was the stunt sequences. They were so much fun. Only the first one had anything that compared really as far as sheer quality of fun of the stunt sequences. I mean, the whole big car chase scenes, the two of them in the film, they're both so much fun. I mean, I was literally, nobody's going to get hurt and he's not going to die, but you're still like, dude, what's going to happen?
No, I thought they were going to use CG a little bit too much in this movie, but it actually enhanced the stunts this time around because, hey, let's not fool each other here. Indiana Jones is all about suspending your disbelief.
Yeah.
I mean, Indiana Jones is going to do some crazy shit.
That entire series is. That's why. That's why I think, like, if you're walking in and you're not the biggest fan, you're going to be scratching your head at a lot of these scenes just because they're just not plausible. But that's the whole fun thing about Indiana Jones. All the bad guys are going to miss. When they're shooting at him, it's very much like a Star Wars. They all went to the same schools as stormtroopers as far as learning how to fire guns.
Yeah.
But that's the whole fun thing about it, and it's just a big adventure movie what you'd expect with Indiana Jones and nothing more.
I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed because the true fans are going to love it because it's Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah, period.
And the people who aren't, well, they're still getting a pretty good adventure movie, better than anything else they've gotten so far. I mean, in the last 20 years since it's been an Indiana Jones movie, we've had to settle for National Treasure.
Yeah.
This has been here to say, like, look, this is how it's done.
Yeah. This puts the National Treasure. Well, they were already for shame, but this, make no mistake here. Put this up against those. It's like, could you seriously think that there's any comparison here? No.
And it's not even Spielberg's best. I mean, he's basically phoning it in, and even him phoning it in, he's still doing a great job.
I don't agree with that.
Talking to you, Mike Moore. I'm sorry.
I don't agree with that. I think Spielberg actually was really trying hard on this one. There's a lot of beautiful shots here. I really like this movie, and maybe even the second best of the indie films. But it was funny. I wanted to address you were saying how implausible this was. I was like, really? Over the Holy Grail and the Ark of the Covenant and the Sankara stones, whereas this one could have actually happened. Aliens visiting our planet is at least mildly plausible according to science. Not so much with the Holy Grail, no. Just saying.
I don't know where you're coming from.
None of this could have happened.
No, not as it did in the
Looking at you like
movie,
you're a nut right
but
now.
I'm saying at least the basic concept, of aliens visiting us is not something that's totally impossible to have happened.
You're going to be the one to try to go to Area 51 and get your ass shot, try to look for some alien artifact. Are you going to go somewhere with your fedora on and you're going to fuck up and end up dead? When you ain't here, we're going to know that you tried to go on some adventure and you've been bowled over by a rock or something.
Hey, Corey, it could happen. I mean, I've seen guys basically throw their fist in somebody's chest and pull out their heart.
And it's still alive? Okay.
Yeah, and they're still fine. It happens.
Only with a doctor's license.
It's possible in the world of Indiana Jones. Come on, man.
No, Indiana Jones, I'm saying through the whole series, that's what it's about. I mean, I'm just saying there's a difference between you knowing that you can't survive, but within that world you're saying, okay, yeah, I can buy that. And then you saying, even for this, no, hell no.
Oh, there are points here that does pressure your applause. You're like, wait, well, screw it. It's Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, and I mean, this one is more like the Temple of Doom. I mean, you got two camps of people. People who, they love the first one and they love the third one because those aren't as theme-rightish as the Temple of Doom. And I think that this one is more like the Temple of Doom. So, I mean, and I'm saying I love Temple of Doom as a kid, and I'm not saying it's bad. It definitely is a stretch.
Well, Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, the problem wasn't the plausibility. The problem was the screaming Cape Capshaw, who was annoying as hell, and the annoying child sidekick.
Oh, Short Round?
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
I love Short Round.
Well, I like
What's
him
the
now
matter
that he's Robin Chow and all grown up and kicking people's ass, but I didn't
Hey,
like him when he was
Data's
Short
awesome,
Round.
right? Now, just be quiet. But as far as annoying, though, the biggest surprise about this movie is Shia LaBeouf. Is that his name? Shia LaBeouf.
Try one more time.
Shia LaBeouf.
Close enough.
LaBeouf.
You have to say it, Shia LaBeouf.
LeBlumpkin. Anyway, yeah, he was not as nearly as annoying as I thought he would be. You know, I was scared that they were going to try to cater this movie to his character, you know, in hopes of a spinoff. But I'm glad they had just enough of him in there to make his character seem like, okay, yeah, he does fit in this whole story. And he's not there just to, you know, carry on the mantle as far as another adventure movie. Because God knows, you know, you brought up National Treasure. The Mummy always comes to mind as far as movies that try to rip off an Indiana Jones.
Right.
And after seeing this one, it did remind me, well, you know what? There's something just special that these guys created, all these guys, Spielberg, Harrison Ford, George Lucas, why these movies work. And because you want to be Indiana Jones the whole time.
I don't, because he gets his ass kicked too much.
He does, but damn, he sure does know how to take a punch. I'll give him that for the old bastard.
If I could take a punch that well, I would have no problem getting in fights all
Well,
the time. But I fall down and cry. So
What the thing is, if you were bulletproof, you could take a punch.
yeah.
Well, that's true.
Because he can. Yeah,
Well,
he can
that's
get
not
hit.
the problem with him. Nobody can hit shit who he fights. He picks his villains well. Like I said, he's like
Yeah.
only people who can't hit the broadside of a barn.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
clearly, in henchman school, they don't have like a marksman class.
Yeah.
It's all like how to shoot the gun, but not how to aim it.
Yeah,
if they
no,
could
exactly.
spend less time in the how to design a not quite foolproof evil trap and more time on sharpshooting, I think
Yeah.
the problem would be taken care of.
When you think about it, if you're a henchman, it's probably not your job to actually kill the hero because the villain wants to do that. And
Yeah.
if you shoot him, he's just going to kill you.
You know what I noticed, though?
Why did you rob me of my victory?
I always notice that these villains never really want to kill the character because these characters, they always end up getting captured for a good like 10 minutes where the villain tells them the entire plot and the reason why they're doing what they're doing, only for, you know, the good guy to punch everyone out, run like crazy once again, so this whole cycle starts all over again.
I can tell you exactly why that happens. Say you're the villain and you've worked real hard on coming up with a great plan. I mean, you've really it's intricate. You put a lot of thought into it. Now you're surrounded by henchmen who all have 5th grade educations.
Yeah.
And you know you could tell them the plan, but they won't appreciate it. They won't really understand it. But once you capture the hero, if you kill him, that's your one guy who can really appreciate your genius.
Yeah.
So you don't want to kill him. You
Yeah,
want him
that-
to like see what you've done.
That's your captive audience right there.
Exactly.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and some villains, by the time they're done, you telling them, like, shoot me, man. I'm tired of hearing this shit. No, Dr. Jones, you listen more. This is torture for you. You
Of course, in
goddamn
these,
right.
that's never the case because Dr. Jones is so much smarter than whoever the villain is. They have to have him because he's the one who tells them what they need to do.
That's true. They
Yeah.
keep him around just so that he can
He's
show
a-
them where
It
to
actually
go.
makes sense here. They have to keep him
He's the
alive.
nerd you always want to beat up, but you can't just because you know that at some point he's going to be useful.
Yeah, you need him to do your homework.
How do I get out of this burning building?
He's
Yeah.
the nerd who worked out like Carrot Top.
Yeah, you know there's going to be a villain one day that kidnaps Dr. Jones. He says, hey, look, man, I just can't find my car keys. Look under that couch for me, and, I might let you go, I might not, but I need to get on out of here. So-
Hey, well, what'd you guys think of Kate Blanchett as a villain?
I really liked her a lot, actually. I did. I thought she was hot, but I've always had a thing for that kind of little bob cut on girls.
I just have a problem with women being tough and being in charge of things.
You have a problem
I
with
just-
women
I
in
just
general.
Don't think it works. Yeah, it's just,
Like every woman you meet.
yeah, pretty much. Maybe it's just me.
Ever since his mom, a TRS-80, left his dad an Apple IIe. It's
A good
just-
part of this movie, I was like, this lady, this broad doesn't know what the hell she's doing. She's about to get attacked by ants, and it's like I thought that was going to be her end. There's an awesome ant scene during the movie, and she's like literally screaming, running up branches, trying to get away, and she just looks the look of terror on her face is just so huge. I'm like, okay, is this how she buys it?
Oh, no.
This is really
Dude,
funny.
I can't think of anybody who wouldn't be terrified by being eaten alive by giant ants. I'm
They're
sorry.
ants, come on. Just get out the-
No, dude, you saw how that was. I was never worried about her because I knew eventually she'd go back to Pennsylvania and hook up with Boris Badenoff.
Yeah, but she was hot.
No, as for this movie, man, I will say this. I did like it because I know I was talking to some people later and they were like, you didn't like the movie? No, I liked it. I didn't love it, though, because I think the first half when you are getting to know Indiana Jones again. It's been years.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, this dude, he's old, but he's still a badass. I mean, he's kind of like my dad in a way, because he's yelling at, because when he hooks up with Shia LaBeouf, he's like, hey boy, come on, pick up that thing and let's go. And I could relate to that. I was like, damn, I wish Indiana Jones was my dad. But there's a point in the movie where, and this is the point I'm talking about, where things got unbelievable. They go over a waterfall in a truck, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And I'm thinking, that first waterfall I could take. That second one and that third one, I'm like,
Wait a minute. The first one was okay with you, but when you got to the second and third one, you're like, I'm out of here.
Well, he's saying he could say, okay, you could survive one big waterfall.
Exactly.
It could happen. But 3, yeah, no, I hear you. I had the same problem. But once again, you kept going, you know what? This is still more realistic than anything that happens in the National Treasure movies. Or the Mummy. So I was like, okay, I'm willing to let that go. I can
think
live with that.
when we're talking about Indiana Jones and the Mummy, I think we're just splitting hairs right there, because it's all crazy. As a matter of fact, I don't even know how Indiana Jones is not in an insane asylum somewhere, because he's seen so much shit. I'm sure Indiana Jones has been chilling with Bigfoot when swimming with the Loch Ness Monster.
Indiana Jones and the
there is a character played by John Hurt that obviously if Indiana Jones if he gets anywhere nearly as old as that dude gets, you're gonna see his ass go crazy, just like you see that John Hurt's character in the movie.
Yeah, because you like Indiana Jones is kicking back and saying, "Damn, I seen all this stuff, and I can't tell nobody." And even when I do tell people, they're like, "You full of shit, man."
That's what makes him Indiana Jones.
Exactly.
The fact that he can keep his cool. He can see these things and keep on strutting.
That's
You don't
right,
think-
Corey. You'll never be Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Anybody else would give up when people start shooting at him, and not him. He just doesn't think to give up.
Yeah, I'd
He
be like,
stays
screw
cool.
it, it's yours, Nazis win. Okay,
He would never
I'm
turn
going
himself in
home.
like you, Corey.
No, because I'm gonna tell you something. Indiana Jones gonna be in a bar, 80 years old, talking to this dude, something like you and me. Hey man, I see aliens. I got the the Covenant Ark, and people are like, man,
Old man Jones talking crazy.
yeah,
Man.
yeah,
Get him
Doc-
another beer. Get him shut up.
yeah. That's just old Dr. Jones. Let him talk.
One has to wonder, though,
That
all
would
the
be
places
awesome.
he's going that always like covered with gold coins and shit, you'd think he'd at least fill up his pockets. I mean, really, one good trip full of gold coins, and you pretty much paid
Hey,
for your whole life.
Haven't
right
you
there.
seen what happens to all his friends that try to do that every time?
Well, they try and take too much.
They always end up getting screwed the hardest.
You just have to grab it as you go. You can't stop.
It does make me laugh. Like any kind of like treasure hunt movie,
Yeah.
there's always one guy who has to grab too much.
Yeah.
You want to see a guy just like grab 2 handfuls of coins, stick them in his pocket, and run on out of there. But it's always I gotta carry more stuff than is humanly possible
Yeah.
and get killed.
No,
One
you got-
diamond
yeah.
the size of your fist, and you're pretty much Bill Gates, really. I don't know what else you need at that
They
point.
got to show these kids it doesn't pay to be greedy. All right?
Yeah, because I mean, there's like a portal opening behind you, like right behind you. Like, no, I gotta get all this shit here. I gotta get this.
the blooms.
and people trying to say, "Come on, man, there's a portal behind you." No, I can just get one more thing, and they trying to get
I'll be fine.
and they always trying to get the heaviest shit in the room.
Exactly. It's like, dude, there's no way you can carry that out.
Always that one scene. Just I need your other hand. Just let go.
It's like, dude got some cargo pants on, two pockets in his jacket, and he's trying to grab the statue of Tutankhamun on his way. I can do this.
Shove it in his mouth. He's going crazy. Leave him.
But no, I really, like I said, being at the second half of the movie didn't really do it all that much for me. I still think it's an enjoyable movie. Everybody's talking about, we don't think this Indiana Jones is going to be that good. And that's people just talking out their ass. I truly believe that people did not see this movie if they're saying that this is bad. Because whether it's too exaggerated for you or not, it is a perfect summer movie. And like I said, I mean, you mentioned it. Once you see Indiana Jones going off a cliff in a raft, and like sliding down a snow hill, or being like thrown 100 feet in a refrigerator
Yeah.
from a nuclear blast, it's
Yeah.
like either you buy from that point or you don't.
Pretty much. I mean, that stunt happens early on, and to me, that was like the most implausible thing. Not only in that movie, but probably in any movie I've seen this year. And yet, you know what? I was willing to accept it. And once you accept that, then the sky's the limit.
Yeah, I mean, he's the kind of dude, he's going to find anything. He's going to find a paper plate on the plane and airboard off of that.
Gonna make a glider out of it.
Yeah, I mean, he's just he's
But look at Indy.
But that's it right there.
Paper plate?
When he's doing it with that theme going, you're like, screw it.
Time to
It's-
believe
it
everything.
could
people.
happen.
You hear the music. It's time to believe anything and everything.
That's like the treasure. I think George Lucas is Indiana Jones, and he found like the magical set of notes that make anyone believe anything. You know?
He was so right, man. It's like one day we're gonna try and cross the street in busy traffic. Cars are gonna hit me. Bam!
Yeah,
Steven,
note to
this,
self: take that off my iPod.
That would be cool if one of the things he once found was like some kind of medallion that just plays that music and makes him invincible anytime he wants.
Right.
You know they have that music all queued up whenever they go, Steven, this scene just looks like really far-fetched and unbelievable. Oh, really? How about you throw in some of that
Yeah.
music?
Click.
Sure! It's completely working!
I see it now. Yes.
He's such a hero! I want to be him!
And you hit on a good point, co-host, that at the beginning of this movie, you either want to be Shia LaBeouf because you want Indiana Jones to be your dad, or you want to be Indiana Jones.
Yeah, depending on how old
I
you
prefer to be Indy, not so much Shia LaBeouf.
I find myself reaching the point of age now where I'm like, well, I feel more like Indiana Jones than I do want him to be my dad, and that scares me a little.
No, he's that
Yeah.
dude that he's like saying, oh, you know what? I'm going to be that guy when I'm 30 years old. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm 30 years from now. I'm 30 years old. Depending on you.
Well, when Shia LaBeouf is always calling, saying like, yeah, pops and gramps and old man. Yeah, if you're young, you'd be like, he's making fun of him. But now that we're all old, it's like, you shut up, you little punk.
Yeah, what'd you beat that little? What the hell is that?
Yeah, where are your last 3 movies, huh? Where are your big blockbusters besides Transformers? That don't count.
See, that's what you're waiting for. You're waiting for Shia LaBeouf to catch him at the wrong time because you know Indiana Jones can beat his ass. You catch him and say, hey, Gramps. Indiana Jones turn around saying, what the fuck you say? What you say? Say it again. Say it again. I'm sorry.
Or at least once
Goddamn right,
during
you're
the
sorry.
movie, it turned around and said, man, you're lucky we're surrounded by commies with guns because I would beat your ass into the ground, you little ungrateful shit.
Yeah, no, it's a fun movie. Like I said, I think it's more it is like a theme park ride, but a good theme park ride. And one that you really don't want to go on if you're a bad guy.
Don't you know who I am? I'm Indiana Jones, bitch.
Yeah, no. Every villain around Indiana Jones is going to die.
Yeah,
I
pretty
mean,
much.
people should know that.
And he'll even try to save them. He is that good of a guy that, when it comes down and hell's breaking open and shit's flying everywhere and people are being sucked into endless vortexes, he still is like, come on, dude, come on. I know you fucked me over, but grab onto my hand.
And meanwhile, that dude's trying to grab some gold. I'll be there in a minute. Oh, fuck it, man.
I would have been like, screw that guy. Whatever, man. Come on. How many chances do you get?
So what'd you think about the movie?
Honestly, this is the second best of the indie films so far to me. I mean, I got to see it again. I mean, I've seen the originals like 20 times, but no, I really enjoyed this. Great stunts all the way through, has you on the edge of your seat. They did a good job bringing back the familiar parts without it seeming like, hey, and remember this, here this is, remember how he's afraid of snakes? They do all that stuff real clever, so you're actually like, oh, that was fun. This is unreservedly a full price for me.
Oh yeah, I definitely say it was a full price movie. It was a good family film, a lot of adventure. At the same time, if I had to say something negative, I found the end a little anticlimactic. While I love seeing this, I don't feel the need to really go back out and watch it again. But I'll probably buy it on video and watch it.
Damn family film. They got people getting eaten alive by ants. And you're like, yeah,
Hey, man, have you seen the latest Family?
Yeah, I was going to say, nowadays, as long as they don't show breasts, it's pretty much okay.
yeah. I guess you got some kids that been like, shit, my best friend got shot in the ass yesterday. Ants ain't shit.
Now that you mention it, yeah, that was the one thing this movie was mentioning, breast. So, other than that, I'll it is a good summer movie. I mean, it's exactly what you expect out of Indiana Jones. The fans are gonna go ape shit over it.
Yeah.
But as far as me not being the biggest Indiana Jones fan, I did have fun with it. It was a fun movie. It's everything I'd expect out of a summer movie. So I will give it a full price as far as a summer movie goes. And I definitely think it's a nice bookend. I definitely think they should leave this as the last Indiana Jones movie, just because I have no real desire to see another one of these. Because at the same time, as fun as it was watching, there's nothing really new there.
Yeah, true.
There was nothing really new that they added to make you go, I can't wait to see another one. It was just enough, and it was a nice little end to the chapter of Indiana Jones.
It ties up full circle back to the first one in a lot of ways and a lot of its themes. And the ending is like, wow, what really do you need to see? And now Mutt Williams and a side appearance by Indiana Jones. No, you don't want to see that.
No, Mutt Williams, which is the character Shia LaBeouf he's playing. I don't want to see a movie. I don't want to see a spin-off movie of that character.
I do.
Period.
I want to see him in the 60s.
I don't. You be
looking
quiet.
for treasure.
All right? You're looking crazy.
Fighting
over there
Austin
already.
Powers.
You look like you're possessed by that damn skull. Never say that again.
What do you think about what the 60s were like? He can be in search of America's soul.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Good
Sounds
luck.
Like that sounds like the next best summer movie I've
Search
ever
of
heard.
the kind bud.
You need to sell, you need to sell that to Crazy Old Man Withers down the street.
Hippie archaeologist.
No, I don't think Indiana Jones wants to see another one of these. I think Harrison Ford's like, look, I did this last one. That's enough, damn it. But I agree with you wholeheartedly. There's nothing new here, but you give people what they want to see as long as they get enough. I might not have enjoyed it as much as you, Cyrus, but I did enjoy it very much. It's a fun movie, and yeah, full price definitely. Yeah. If they do make another one, it's gonna be Indiana Jones looking for the lost bottle of Viagra or something. Yeah. Because I mean, that motherfucker's gonna be old.
Well, he'll be Sean Connery in the next one.
Yeah, exactly. That's the plan, is to have him a Sean Connery sized role in the next one.
And I'd like to see that one. Now that'll be some shit. It'll be like a rock rolling at like 5 miles per hour, and he's on a cane trying to get away on a walker. He's on one of those little motor things.
Yeah, it's like a go-kart chase, like one of those little golf carts. Or
I'd rather see Indiana Jones trying to make it to the bathroom when he's in the nursing home. Be Indiana Jones in the search for the lost porcelain toilet. Yeah. Oh my god. That would be a movie.
Swinging by his catheter.
I imagine it to be where Shia LaBeouf is the main guy and Indiana Jones is crotchety old man. So like a Sanford and Son of archaeology adventure movies.
Yeah, exactly.
No, grab the idol, you big dummy.
I'm coming to join you, Marion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the walls are closing in on him. He's like, you big dummy, what button you press now?
I pressed the button. Why don't you dig yourself, Pop?
No, it's going to be cool because I do think that there's going to be a whole other generation of kids who are going to be influenced by Indiana Jones. They're going to be like that kid that I was when I was a little boy, got my dad's belt, breaking shit around the house, trying to crack things like a whip.
Slapping yourself in the face.
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
Yeah, I almost put my eye out with the belt buckle. I'm Indiana Jones.
Yeah, then your dad came in like that Nazi and punched you in the face.
Yeah, walk in, this shit all torn up around the house. But yeah, no, it's a fun movie.
We named the dog Corey.